Okay, today we start to learn how to repair the T17 Antminer hashboard. This is the hashboard. T17. Okay, so first we need to prepare the tester. This is the Antminer universal tester. First, we need to check the USB and TTL data cable is connected right on the tester. Please pay attention that here the white line should be plugged in the T here, a mark T pole, and the black line should be plugged in the center of the pole. And here, this is the voltage adjuster data cable. This is the test cable. Okay. One way here. There is a SD card slot. Okay. This card should be installed the basic. Okay, first install the basic files of T17 and then pull them out, pull out, and copy the test files to replace the original one and then insert again. Okay, now we can start test after we prepared the files. Okay, now we need to collect here. This is the APW9 power supply. Here to test the T17 series or S17 series, we do not use the adapter to power the tester. With 12 volt DC, we just use here this power cable. One end connect to the tester. Another end. Okay, see here. See here. These are 2 plus 3 insert. Okay, now it means that the power supply will power on the tester. Okay, and here. Don't forget to buy these 2 power cable too. Red line means the positive. Black one means the negative. Okay, so here you can see outside of the PSU is the positive end. Plug on. Okay, here. So see here, we see that this side with the power collector and the I/O port on is the front side of the hashboard, and another side means the back of the hashboard. Okay, so you can see here, near the power collector, there are several capacitors. Okay, so as we know, the black ground, it means this is a negative end. The black ground is the positive end. So we see this is the positive end, and this is the negative end. Okay. Collect like this. And then another end is to the power supply, another port. Okay. Here we power on the PSU with the power cord, and then we plug in the test ribbon cable here. Please make attention. Here, it's connected to the J1. Okay, now you can see this is the connection of the hashboard to tester, and then to the power supply. Okay, here. One important thing we forget, and if we forget it, the random data will be shown on your computer. This voltage adapter cable must connect to the power supply. We connect. Okay. This screw of the PSU is missed, so we just here show you the connections. Okay. Move the cable. Before we use the tester to test the broken hashboard, we first need to know the structure and the important components of the hashboard. So in the next, let's introduce them to you. Okay, I want to put it away. Here. Here. This is the T17 hashboard. You can see there are 30 chips, right? And in every line there are 3 chips. Okay, we call these 3 chips composed a domain, the voltage domain of the hashboard. There are totally 10 domains on T17 hashboard. Okay, you can see very clearly that this is the positive end. Okay, power supply to here, and this is the negative end. Negative end. Okay, let's see here. We've called this is a power collector, and this is the I/O port. Here, this marked Y1 is the crystal oscillator, which will produce the CLK signals. And here, this two is the level shift IC, which will shift the signal's voltages, which from control board to hashboard, that is 3.3 to 1.8, and or reverse the signal 1.8 volts to 3.3 to control board. Okay, here, turn. These are the filter capacitor, and these 4 are the MOSFET. On Antminer 17 series, the function of the MOSFET set just as the, okay, you can see as the switch. When it on, then the voltage can go successfully to here, hashboard and the boost circuit. If it turn off or break down, then the result voltages. And here, these are the boost circuit parts, which will boost the voltages from the power supply to a high level supply to the last several domains. Okay, we will introduce in details in the next class about the T17 hashboard circuit. You can see here on the front side, this is the ASIC chip. Turn over, we see the back side. Near the power collector, here. Here, This is the PIC. This big black IC is the PIC. And this is the EPROM. PIC will control the voltages and the information is of the back the hashboard. And EPROM store the frequency information of the hashboard. So if they have problems, the hashboard will go randomly and create problems. Okay, see here. This also is a boost circuit. It just boosts the here voltages from the power supply to trigger on the MOSFET here. Trigger on the MOSFET. So if here boost circuit 1 have enough voltages, then these 4 MOSFET will be triggered on, and this is a successful circuit. Okay, here you can see Y1 here, and near Y1 is the number 1 chip, and here number 2, number 3, 4, 5, 6, and you can also check the lines here, the lines. Okay, the voltage from the negative end, okay, to the first chip here, and then to chip 3. Chip 3 connected with chip 4. You can see the circuit line very clearly. And then to here, okay, then here. So this is the number 6, and this is the number 7. Number 7. And so on. We've said that this is the domain 1. This is the domain 1, domain 2, domain 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. For each domain, there are several here. The 5-pin LDOs. LDO. Here. If we remove the heatsink, then we will find here and here. You can see from the gap. There is another LDO, and then is the third one, LDO. Okay, see domain 2 on the top. On the top of domain 2, there are 2 LDO. And okay, also see from the gap. Here. Here you can see. Here. is the third LDO. For domain 2, here. For domain 3, here. For domain 4, just like this. So today you just remember every domain has 3 LDOs, which will supply 1.8 volt and 0.8 volt to the chips, to every chip in the domain, every chip in the domain. Okay, here. From this area, which the heatsink is removed, you can see clearly that there are 5 test points here. 5 test points. The brass circle here. Brass circle. Every chip have 5 test points. Here, here, here. Okay. Okay, let's see for the first chip.太难了，看不见。高点。This is the first chip, okay. Here is the test point. This is the chip 2 test point. Chip 3, chip 4, chip 5. Okay, here, chip 6. Okay. For easy to go to see the test point for each chip, you can remove all the heat sinks to check the test point, and also here the circle lines transferred directions. Okay, so we should recognize the 5 test points is what? Okay, here. From this here, you can see near okay, see here, near every test point there are the signal marks. Here, this one is for BI, this one is for RST, and in the center is for RO, and this one is for CI, and this one is for CLK. So, and here, you can see also, see here, In the back side, every test point has a mark. So you can test from this side of the 5 test points or from this side. Both are okay. And today we just introduced the important component of the hashboard and the chip locations. What the important thing is to find out the crystal oscillator Y1. Near Y1 is the number 1 chip. And then go through the circuit, you can recognize the numbers of the chip direction. Okay, in the next class, we will introduce the important DC circuit of the hashboard. You will know where the voltages comes from and where it will go. It will be very helpful when you repair the hashboard. It can short the time you test and to find out where the hashboard is broken. Okay, let's stop here and see you next week. Bye bye.